Hello, dear all. This is Sonal Patil. So, today I am going to discuss the case study on image tampering detection review techniques, a statistical review which is based on the PO7, that is sustainability. So, my the outline of presentation is introduction. What is program outcome 7? The techniques, features, database, and how all these techniques will sustain though the database gets large. So, the introductory part is what is image forgery. Before that, I would like to discuss what is PO7, that is program outcome 7. So, program outcome 7 is environment and sustainability. So, the environment and sustainability is the PO7, which makes us understand the impact of the professional engineering solutions in societal and environmental contexts and demonstrate the knowledge of need for sustainable development. Means whatever we are studying in our engineering or whatever we are finding the solutions for our engineering problems, that should be have impact on the societal and environmental contexts. Means it should be beneficial to society and it should be applicable for the sustainable development, that is PO7. So, how it will be related to our case study? So, for that, first we should know what is image forgery. So, image forgery is nothing but modification of image in such a way that no one can find out what is the difference between the modified image and the original image. And the modified image is called as the forged image. Now we know that we all are in on social media, right? And in our daily basis we are going through various images and videos, and definitely every one of us knows that many images and videos are very fake, and that is the case study that how we should find the forgery of image or video in this current scenario. So we can see in this example, the first one is the original image where the crowd of people had made the 350 number, and in the first image the 5 is modified in such a way that we can see that it is 300. This is the forged image. So actually there are two types of forgery, active and passive forgery. So the active forgery means what? The active forgery is the forgery which is not harmful. Means by using watermark, because watermark gives what? Watermark gives us the authenticity. That is active forgery, which is responsible for saving our document from the unauthorized uses. Now, the one more active forgery is called as the digital signature, which is quite popular in nowadays. But these are the techniques that are helping people, and that's why they are not the harmful things. The next part is passive forgery. Now, here comes the forgery which we want to discuss, which is harmful because we don't know the reality. So, the types are image retouching, copy move, and image splicing. So, in image retouching, what we will see one by one. Image retouching is nothing but many times we used to capture our image and we find out that there are scars on our face or wrinkles, and we try to find out, we try to modify the image. That is nothing but image retouching, where you are enhancing the image. So, that is also not the harmful thing. The next is copy move. Copy move means we are combining two images into single image in such a way that all the pixels will be merged in such a way that you cannot find out the image is modified. In image copy moves forgery, the two images are combined and the one forged image is created. Copy move is the very large forgery which is used in a wide way. And the next one is image splicing. Image splicing means in copymove we have seen that two images are merged into one image, and in image splicing the one image is only used, but the part of the image is covered, and it is cropped and pasted in such a way that the image is completely modified. That is called as image splicing. So now if there is a problem, we should find out the solution. So according to that, there is a flow chart for forgery detection. in which the image is taken, then it is divided into the number of blocks. Then feature extraction techniques are there, that is principal component analysis, discrete coincident transformation, then discrete wavelet transformation, Fourier Mullion transformation, singular value decomposition, SIFT, and SURF. So, by using the feature extraction methods, which are based on pixel based, block based, and key point based, we can find out the features. After finding the features, extracting the features, they are lexicographically sorted in a manner, and after that we can find out the forged region. This is the way how we can find the particular forged image. Now we have done literature review, because I already said this is a very vast topic, because daily we are coming with thousands of images which are very much forged. So pixel based methods are basically used on the JPEG image formats, where time complexity is very high, but the 82% accuracy has been uh, identified when we are trying to extract the forged region. In block based, the discrete coincident transform, then discrete wavelet transform, Fourier Mullion transform is used, where the copy move region is detected, and the image formats are JPEG, PNG, BMP, TIFF, and it also gives the very good output. But the main problem is that many times it does not work properly on the noisy image. When the compressed image is there, whenever there is image compression, some part is already lost. That's why it is called as lossless compression. So it is difficult to find out that thing also. And the next part is key point based. Key point based means in the block based we are dividing into blocks, and after dividing we are extracting the key points, pick points of our image, and trying to find out the forged region, which are applicable on JPEG, BMP, TIFF. Now it works well. It works well on noisy image, in compressed image. So they are also very good. So these are the comparison of feature extraction methods, and by using and by combining these feature extraction methods, we can find out the various image forgery techniques. Now, but as we know, Facebook, on if we will take the example of Facebook, it contains so many data. So there are various databases which contains this type of images, where we have to find out the forgery, like Comfort, Cassia, MICC, Manip, and etc. So there are almost 1388 images in UCID, or we can see the in Cassia it contains 12,000 images. But when our forgery detection is working well on Manip, that is 48 images, though the images are increasing, that is 12,323 in Cassia version, still though the size variation is there, we are able to find out the forgery detection. And that is nothing but sustainability. Means though the database is increased in a large way, still our algorithm is working properly, and it is giving the exact output which is applicable on minimum images as well as maximum images. Also, the particular technique is applied on the database, and that database contains almost 48,000 images, which I have recently done, and that contains videos also. But though the 48,000, in that 48,000 almost 35,000 were the images and the remaining were videos, and still the detection techniques has given the accuracy of 82%. That is the sustainability, that what we are trying to find out, we are trying to find out the image forgery. So by combining the DCT, WT, and SIFT, means we are combining the block based method with key point based methods, and still we are getting the accuracy, though our image database is getting large. Means though we are getting our images in a large size, means our database is large, still our algorithm is able to sustain. That is nothing but program outcome. Whatever solution you are trying to build for society, it should be in such a way that it should sustain in all the situations. That is what I wanted to explain, that this was the case study of image forgery detection techniques, the statistical review, which worked well on 48 images as well as the 48,000 images. That is, its sustainability has been proven, and the program outcome 7 is proven and discussed according to this particular topic. Thank you so much.